What's good, YouTube, man? It is your boy Cine Studios, man, and we are here with another reaction. The father who murdered his entire family. True crime case by Twisted Minds. Let's get right into it. And if y'all new, sub, like, turn on that bell, all that, you feel me? Let's get right into it.
It's considered the strong pillar of a family. But what happens when this protector becomes the opposite? Anthony Todt did the unthinkable.
Whoa.
And claimed the
Hey.
lives of his wife, 3 children, and the family dog. He would go on to live with the corpses for weeks. Why
What?
did he do it? We will find.
Said what?
He would go on to live with the corpses for weeks. Why did he do it? We will find out in the details.
Bruh, don't let... Bruh, I don't want it to be one of these videos I have to watch, bro, where they do shit like this, bruh. I'm fed up with like people doing this. Like, how you gonna oh shit, what the fuck, what's that? All right, how you gonna bring kids into this world and then do shit like this? Like, what are you gaining from that, fam? Like, you just wanted, I don't know what's up with this nigga. He's sick.
In today's video. Welcome back to Twisted Minds. My name is James, and today
Yo, what's up,
I'll
James?
take you through the details of this tragic family murder.
Case of Anthony Todd.
Anthony Todt lived with his wife and 3 children in the town of Celebration, Florida. The stunning town of Celebration was actually built.
Wait, Celebration, Florida. Wait, that's a city in Florida? Celebration, Florida. What the fuck is that? I never been there. Like, I'm from Florida, but I never been there. Type shit. Like, I've been to Orlando and shit. I never been up there. Oh shit! What
by
the?
the Walt
Oh,
Disney Company,
that bitch.
and is just a short drive from Disney World, Orlando.
Oh, so it's like okay. He said it's a short drive, so it is like right there from. Okay, all right. Say no more.
Family moved to Celebration in 2017. Anthony and his wife Megan, 42, had been living in Connecticut before they sold their house and started renting one in Celebration. They also bought a condo nearby. The pair had children: Alec, 13,
Certificate
Tyler,
of Achievement.
11, and Zoe, 4, as well as a family dog named Breezy. 46
They really named the dog Breezy. That's fucking crazy.
Todt was a physical therapist. He practiced in Connecticut, but he'd often fly back to Florida for work during the week. On the weekends, Todt coached local children to play soccer and was seen as a hands-on dad. His wife Megan was a gentle woman who homeschooled their 3 children. Their youngest child, Zoe, was known to be quite curious and energetic. Tyler and Alec loved playing the piano.
Bruh, playing the piano, bruh,
Family was
man,
well-dressed.
I don't know how to play the piano. Like, I know some of the keys and shit. Like the...
It makes one think, what could possibly go wrong? From Anthony Todt's profession to where he lived, everything looked quite stable. He looked like any other family man living a good life. Now, that's the thing. Looks can be very deceptive.
They can. I swear to God, bro. And them, bruh, looks could be hella deceiving, bruh. Because, like, look, you might look at that one motherfucker, like, in your class. Like, you could look at him as, like, the nicest person. But then, like, he get pissed off one time, he gonna want to kill everybody. Like, no funny shit. Like, I'm being dead ass serious. Like, you could look at somebody and then... But you don't know, like, what they could do, like, what they is deep down. Like, you look at, like, okay, you on the outside looking into that person. Like, you don't know shit about them, that type of shit. Like, just hear that from me, bro. Just, like, just be careful out here, bro. Because, like, niggas is sick as fuck. Careful. Descent to Darkness.
I have a challenge for all
This
of you.
man.
Go to every computer in your house,
Turn that
your
bit
mom's,
down.
your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install.
What is often seen on the outside may not be the reality of what's going on in the
Exactly, see?
As is said, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. That was
What the fuck? No, hold wait, hold
all
on.
appeared to be merry and celebrating.
Oh.
But Anthony Todt's squeaky clean image wasn't a reality after all. In In 2019, it was discovered that Anthony was charging patients for care they had never received. After an investigation, it was found that Anthony was using the excess money to pay for the family home in Celebration and for the family's trips to Disney World. Anthony had taken additional loans from firms in New York City that sued him for failure to pay. Tote initially maintained his innocence with investigators, but eventually relented and admitted to the fraud. It is believed that Megan Tote and the children had no idea about the fraud, as they were not involved in his work. He also had several high-interest loans to keep up with the family's spending, totaling a whopping $200,000. He had told the fraud
Bro,
investigators
this
that Megan
man.
had no idea about the debt. Luckily for him, he wasn't arrested and was allowed to go back to his family in Celebration. Because of all the loans and the massive debt he was in, he also struggled to pay rent, and an eviction notice was filed on the rent. His
Damn.
mental collapse under all that pressure.
That boy got
His
evicted.
ability to think rationally disappeared. With so much financial burden and the pressure to keep his family away from knowing any of it, Anthony probably devised a gruesome plan. Despite all
Damn.
of the financial problems haunting his life, in November 2019, he told Megan's family they'd be going on another holiday, so they wouldn't be in touch with them for a while. While Megan's family didn't make much of it, they started getting really worried in around mid-December, as it had been a long time since they had heard from Megan. Megan didn't even call or message or get in touch with her family on Christmas in 2019. In fact, even Tote's family grew worried about the family. The neighbors too messaged Megan about the eviction notice that was put on their house door. Finally, she replied, but with just a few words. Tote's family grew suspicious and worried. They repeatedly asked Osceola Sheriff's deputies to perform a wellness check on the rental home at Reserve Place. At one point, an FBI agent who had been investigating Tote's Connecticut business also grew concerned and asked the Florida Sheriff's Office to locate the physical therapist. I'm wondering if someone can do a wellness check on my brother and his family, Chrissy Catholic, one of Tote's sisters, said in a December 29, 2020 call to the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, according to court records. Tote's family repeatedly called the police, but to no avail. Eventually, it took
Damn,
federal
no avail.
agents and deputies entering the home to exercise an arrest warrant for his alleged financial crimes on January 13th for police to get in contact with Tote. That's when a horrific discovery was made.
Oh shit. The crime and confession.
When police rang the doorbell, Tote answered the door. He was shaking uncontrollably. When asked,
Bruh, and this is the problem, bruh. Like, most like crazy people and killers and shit act like this. Like,
police rang the
as they rang the doorbell, this man was all shivering and shit. Like, he was shaking like a motherfucker, bro. Like, I can't, bro. Like, you know, like something is up with that motherfucker, yo.
doorbell, Tote answered the door. He was shaking uncontrollably. When asked about where his wife and kids were, he murmured that his kids were at a sleepover at a friend's place. And that
Damn, that nigga a liar.
his entire demeanor and behavior induced
He lying.
suspicion, and the police
I know it.
phone.
He lying.
They could smell a pungent odor and immediately recognized that there was much more going on than just medical insurance fraud. As they ascended the flight of stairs to the second floor master bedroom, they were
Wait, this the actual room? Oh
finding dead bodies.
no.
Megan and the couple's three innocent children were dead in house. Their bodies were decomposing and were wrapped up in blankets.
Bro, this sick motherfucker.
Died just today or a few days ago, but had been dead
For
for weeks.
weeks, bro, so he killed the wife, 3 kids, and the dog too? Bro, this nigga crazy. For what though? Like what? Why did he kill the whole family?
Except for Zoe, all the
Zoe?
victims had stabbed wounds to their bodies.
Damn.
On further forensic investigation, it was found that all of them had dangerously high amounts of Benadryl in their bodies.
Benadryl, what's that?
Benadryl were found in the house.
Oh, bottles of
Zoe had
Benadryl.
been living
I don't know what
in
that
his
is.
family home with the corpses.
I gotta look that up. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Had he killed them? What had happened for this kind of tragedy to strike the family? When Questioned by the authorities, Anthony gave a very bizarre story. He claimed that his wife Megan had deteriorating health and had become obsessed with the idea of reincarnation. He said that the couple had made a suicide pact because, according to Megan, an apocalypse was coming.
The world is coming to the end, the apocalypse is end, and that the families are separated and enslaved, and it's better to avoid this, to all go together.
She believed that if they all died, they would burn the family karma and they'd be rewarded with a better afterlife and salvation. He went
With
on
the
to
plastic.
add even
Oh.
more bizarre details. Anthony said that he and Megan had sat down and told the children all about this, about the fact that Anthony and Megan were about to die.
We had sat down and talked with the boys, and it was just different things.
Bro, look at this man, bro.
And the way what would happen if mommy died, how would you feel? What happened if daddy died? What would you feel? And because this is responsible, so we don't want you to die, we want to die with you.
Tote also talked about a suicide note that he claimed was written by Megan, that he had later retyped in an effort to honor his family's wishes. Here's what the letter says. We as a family decided this course of action, of salvation for several reasons. The note said that the family is seeing the end of the world prophecy coming through. And
The
chooses
fuck
not
that
to
mean?
have our family
That
suffer.
still didn't give you the right to what? Bro, I can't imagine a motherfucker just killing their children. Like, bro, you have to be on some next level evil shit. Like, bro, I just can't stand shit like this, bro. I can't, bro.
Demise and continued agony. The note references Toad's back and forth lifestyle between Connecticut and Florida, owing to his work, which caused his wife unhappiness. The note read, "The family will no longer be separated, and
The
Tony
family
will
will
be
be
with us always and forever now." The note also said Megan will no longer be in pain from her liver and Lyme disease complications.
Lyme disease.
According to the note, the Tote family made the decision to die together and cited Megan's father's suicide as well as Megan's 2 miscarriages as reasons
Oh,
for the overall depression,
damn.
and the whole family suffered on a daily basis.
Man,
The
that's
note
unfortunate.
also said that the family lives in daily constant fear of Tony's father, Robert Tote, who had been convicted of attempting to murder Tote's mother.
Whoa.
According to the note, the Tote family is
Bro, this family is fucking crazy.
and of the love they share with each other.
Before Curology, I used to wake up, wash my face, walk out the door, and it was Pimple City. It was
Each other. Our one final wish is that we are kept together.
Bro, this family is crazy, bro. I'm glad I wasn't born into a family like that, bro. What the hell? I'm glad I'm not, bro. Thank God, bro.
It also stated a request that the family's ashes, including grief,
Even the dog too, bro. Yo, ass sick, boy.
at Harkness Memorial State Park in Waterford, so that we may be with Dad in eternal rest. Referencing Megan's dad, Lula. The note ends by asking people close to the Totes to be in peace that we are no longer suffering. The author of the note also apologizes for the anguish and sorrow their actions would cause. But it was a decision we made as a family. Now we will be together forever without pain and suffering, and we will watch over and protect all of you. We love you all. During his confession, Anthony told Osceola County Sheriff's detectives that he had written this suicide note with Megan. He told detectives he printed out the note after the family died. But during his trial later on, Anthony changed his statements and said that Megan alone wrote the note and then gave it to him. The note I found in my pocket after I urinated myself in the garage after one
Bro,
hallucination
what?
and drank what I thought was coffee, but I'm pretty sure it was motor oil. I went into the house.
Yeah, get this nigga the fuck up out of here, bro. I don't want to hear it.
The note Megan had left. Tote said during his testimony for the trial.
Get this man
I
the
didn't
fuck up
read
out of
this
here.
note.
What?
From what I recall, it said we did it to the family. And the other thing was where she wanted her ashes. At the bottom of the note, it said, "Tony, I love you forever. Please forgive me." Anthony went on to say that he took the note written by his wife Megan out of his urine-soaked pants and retyped it because he wanted
Bro,
the
this
people
man is
that were
weird.
alive to
The
and
fuck?
the kids were a family unit. Tote continued, and I wanted my wife's wishes known, where she wanted the ashes buried. She wanted to be buried with her father. This note was later presented as evidence during the trial where he denied his own involvement in writing the note and claimed that Megan alone wrote it. Anthony told police that his children said, "We want to die with you," which is why they had gone ahead with their absurd plan. This begs the question, why is Anthony still alive? If it was indeed a suicide pact, he should have overdosed on Benadryl and died too. Why didn't that happen? Perhaps this entire suicide pact story is a lie. When asked about
Everything
how
is a
this
probably
happened,
does sound like a
he
fucking
said
lie.
that he smothered
Of course.
his 4-year-old daughter Zoe with a pillow. After that, he stabbed and suffocated his 2 sons. He said that Megan had stabbed herself in the abdomen.
That ain't
drank
lying.
large amounts of medicine. But when she still didn't die, she had begged Anthony to help her be with her kids. So he suffocated her with a pillow. While
Bro, what were you getting from this shit, bro?
he didn't really join his family on the other side. When checked, he did have Benadryl in his system, but he said that he'd been unable to stab himself. While his family
'Cause he too
lay
scared.
decomposing in the house, Anthony had ventured out once or twice to get alcohol and food.
Bro, you see, he's crazy, but he's scared of dying. That don't make sense. Like, a motherfucker cannot be crazy and like you can't be a crazy fucking killer and be scared of death. That's not okay. Like, if you crazy and you're not scared of death, then by all means. But like, if you scared of dying, then you're not a killer for real. Like, you're not a really crazy person if you scared of dying type shit. You are not, bro. It just don't make sense to me. It don't.
His entire
It don't.
suicide pact story sounded very unconvincing to the authorities.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
Anthony was arrested. He was charged with
They ain't believing that
first-degree
shit.
murder and 1 count of animal cruelty. Tote told detectives in detail how he killed his children and Breezy. For some, it would be hard to hear the details of what happened, but here's what he told the authorities. He said he held a pillow over his daughter, Zoe's head, for 10 to 15
Like,
minutes. How long did she kick and scream? A detective asked. Only for a couple of minutes.
Bruh, this is giving me chills. Like, even though, like, bro, this dead giving me chills, bro. Like, I can't imagine, like, someone suffocating you for like 10 to 15 minutes, bro, with no air. Nah, bro, I can't. I can't imagine that shit happening to me, bro. Like, how old was she? Like 4? I think they said she was like 4, or some shit like that. Yeah, they did, or James did.
So for 10 minutes to 15 minutes, you held a pillow over your daughter's head. How long did she kick and scream? Only for a couple minutes. A couple minutes?
You're this motherfucker.
When he confessed to the killings in an interview with the detectives, Tote told them that he and his wife believe they bring their children into this world. They should get to decide when they leave. He claimed that he and his wife Megan discussed the whole plan of murdering their children and dying together before committing a horrific crime. He informed the authorities that he stabbed and then he smothered Alec as the boy fought. Megan left midway through this murder, he said.
And stabbed him. And he started kicking. He was trying to get up. And he kept rolling. So I ended up putting there was a pillow there, I ended up putting a pillow in the back of his head so he wouldn't hit me with the back of his head. And I reached around with my hand and held his nose in his mouth.
Bruh.
And he kept rolling and kicking and rolling and kicking.
Bruh, how would they even, like, how they gon' Nah, like, never mind, bro. Like, I was gonna say something, but I was like, never mind, bro. Like, it wouldn't make sense to me.
How long it took to kill Alec, his eldest son, he responded by saying, "It went quickly." Megan was doing meditations as he killed Tyler downstairs, Tote said. He maintained that they loved their children. They had salvation, he said, for the reason. Tote told the team
Bruh, there's no reason for you to have killed your family, bruh. Like, I don't care what you going through, bruh. There's no reason you take your anger out on your kids, the dog, and the wife. Like, what the fuck? Bro, that's not an excuse for what your ass did, bro. You still killed your family, bro. You still sick, bro.
detectives interviewing him that he spent
Trying to
the
tell
time
them niggas.
with his family, and when the bodies were found,
You telling the police in the interrogation room, like, oh, I didn't mean it, bro. Yes, you did. Stop lying to yourself and lying to them.
killed himself.
You meant to kill them, bro. Stop fucking lying.
Zip ties around his neck, Benadryl, etc. But he changed. According to the reports presented by the medical examiner, the cause of death for all 4 victims was homicide, violence of unspecified means, and Benadryl toxicity was found.
Oh, this what it is. Oh, so like it's like a pill. What is it? It says fast, effective relief of both everyday allergies. Okay, so like it's for like your system. Okay, all right.
According to the crime
It's like elixir.
hunting knives
Hmm.
were used to stab the family.
Look,
The medical
see,
examiner could not determine whether the children were suffocated.
bro. That's no excuse of bro. Yo, rest in peace to the dog, the mom, and the 3 kids, bro. I don't know what this nigga was thinking.
Eventually, it was concluded that the stab wounds were likely inflicted after death. Also, it was later revealed that very little Benadryl was used to drug this family. And
Damn, you drugged them too?
fight back from the crime. A long scratch was visible on Anthony Tote's neck at the time of his arrest, and his hands too were covered in blisters and cuts. Crime scene investigators also found that Tote's older son was holding rosary beads at the time of his death. There was all of this evidence, but later on, all of a sudden, Anthony changed the entire story about what happened. So now he claimed that it was no longer a suicide pact. Anthony
Oh.
had an apocalypse
Oh, so now it's no longer a suicide pact, quote unquote, right? No longer that shit. Wow.
coming situation, but instead that his wife was behind the murders. In a handwritten letter to his father, Robert Tote, he said that he'd returned home to find that Megan killed the children by spiking their pudding pie with Benadryl and then stabbing. According to him,
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Megan stabbed herself in the stomach and died right in front of his eyes. This story is equally bizarre, if not more
Bizarre and twisted.
than suicide pact. Whatever the actual story.
And I can see why, because the channel says Twisted Minds. I see what I did there.
The primary and most important fact is that Anthony Tote murdered his family. We will probably never know the reason, but
Wait, so who did it? The wife or the husband? Who did it for real? So it was probably him. Because she stabbed herself. She didn't really kill him. Because he suffocated and stabbed the dog. Okay, yeah, so like it was him.
some kind of trauma in his background that could have led him to slay his entire family. We can only speculate and try to figure it out. Only one person will forever know the real truth about the why behind this brutal
Yo, wait till them prisoners find out what this nigga did, though, bro. They gonna do it to his ass, bro. You killed your man. They gonna do it to your ass, boy.
Anthony Tote.
They gonna do it to that boy in jail, bro. Why did he do it? Yeah, that's my question. Why the fuck he did that? Hold on.
Wait, stop. Don't skip this video because I've got great news for you and your hair. If you are tired of losing or
There's never going to be any
The
excuse
fuck?
good enough for
Like so loud.
All we can do is
Alright.
try to figure out why someone's mind worked the way it did to commit such a pathetic crime. Was Anthony having an extramarital affair? Or was it the excessive financial stress that led him
Or is he just a
Was
fucking
he afraid that
psychopath?
his family would find out about the debt? Or was Anthony Tote following some kind of pattern that he developed from his childhood traumas?
Bro, like, I know, like, a lot of people got bad childhoods. But what gave you the right and the audacity and the nerve to kill your family? Like, your trauma don't got nothing to do with killing your family. Like, that's something like that don't got nothing to do with your kids. That's you and what you went through as a kid. Why? What?
Was he trying to avoid being the person his dad was? Let's see what Anthony Tote.
Or is either he just that or he's just sick-minded for real? Like, that's no excuse on why you murdered your family, bruh. That's no excuse. Your trauma is not You can overcome that trauma though, trust me. But it's not gonna be easy.
Childhood looked like.
Mm-mm.
In March 1980, when Anthony was just 4 years old and his family still lived in Pennsylvania, someone barged into the Tote family home and shot Tony's mother. According to a 1981 Philadelphia Inquirer article, Anthony had heard his mother scream before she was shot. Anthony's father, Robert Tote, who was a formal special education teacher and wrestling coach by profession, was later charged with attempted murder. According to the report, he was accused of hiring an ex-student with learning disabilities, 19-year-old John Chiaramonte, to shoot his wife in 1980.
March of
Loretta Tote, Anthony Tote's mother, had luckily survived the attack, but lost her left eye.
Oh.
Anthony was 4 at the time. Robert Tote denies any involvement in trying to kill his
Bruh, and if she did die, that would have been first degree murder, cause like they would have like upgraded it. Like if she died in that in the hospital and shit, they would have upgraded that shit to first degree murder, bro. Yo, I
His
tripping.
stance has remained unchanged since his arrest, and at trial he testified in his own defense. He was convicted in December 1980 and was initially sentenced to 10 to 20 years in prison, according to a Philadelphia Inquirer article. In 1984, according to a Philadelphia Daily News article, Robert went before a judge again, and his conviction stood, but his sentence was reduced to 5 to 10 years. Despite his claim of innocence on his criminal conviction, Anthony's father does take responsibility for the extramarital affair, due to which he went out that night when Anthony's mother was shot. According to Robert, his outing that night left his family open to violence and exposed his son to a traumatic experience that could have been a driving factor in what happened with Anthony's family. Tony's sister, Chrissy Caplet, too, felt the same. She talked about a federal investigation on her brother Anthony for an alleged Medicaid fraud scheme, which could land him in prison for a year or two. She said that Anthony, being a 4-year-old and seeing his dad being taken away, I don't think
Yeah,
he
that
wanted the same
wouldn't.
childhood for his
Mm.
kids. It doesn't excuse it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Certainly doesn't excuse it.
It don't.
never thought
You,
myself-
you see, I just said that like a couple like minutes ago. Like it don't excuse what he did to his family, but damn, bro. Like you do, like something happened to you. Like if something happened to you, bro, don't take it out on your family, bro. Like that's like you look stupid and dumb, bro,
Caplet
and weird.
said, Not in a million years.
Not in a million years, bro.
Tony's father, who gave an interview to The Current, also wondered about the lingering effects of the violence that surrounded the 4-year-old Tony. Even though Robert Bob Tote still maintains his innocence in the 1980 attempted murder of his wife and had little involvement in his children's upbringing, he acknowledges that Tony witnessed someone attempting to kill his mother and said it must have affected Tony's
That's probably what led to his
so much
trauma,
that
but
he continued
exactly.
Bob Tote said. Going by what Anthony Tote's sister and father claimed about his experiences from childhood, there could be some link between Anthony's traumatic experience and murdering his entire family. Anthony Tote, also known as the Killer Disney Dad, had his trial and sentencing in April 2022. The prosecutor
Oh, that was just
said
last
all
year.
the evidence ranging from Anthony's confessions and the couple's alleged suicide notes to forensic reports for the 6-day trial. However, Anthony's lawyers had nothing much to defend the case. The overwhelming evidence was enough for the verdict. During the trial, Anthony kept changing his stance. He dismissed his previous confession by saying that it wasn't actually a suicide pact and he wasn't in his right mind when he said that. Instead, he blamed his wife Megan for the children's murders.
Is it true that the multiple times that you spoke to detectives, that you told detectives that you went into Zoe's room?
This nigga is fucking sick, boy.
And you rolled over on top of your daughter until she suffered. Isn't that what you told officers?
Is this a yes or no question, or do you want the
Yes
answer?
or no question?
That is what the video, yes, showed you.
And your testimony here today is that Megan did it.
Megan killed Zoe. My testimony today is the fact.
Bro, it's the fact that this nigga, bro, he knows exactly what he's fucking talking about, bro. And this is the fucking frightening shit about this. Like, bro, like, it's the fact that A lot of sick-minded people like him actually know what they fucking doing. Like they trying to act fucking stupid so they can get out. Like they try to plead insanity and shit. Like try to plead reason of insanity type shit so they can get out. They always do this shit, bro. Every fucking serial killer does this shit. It's sickening as fuck. They always do this shit, always.
His lawyer tried to suppress his earlier confessions and references to his alleged medical insurance fraud, but the confessions were allowed as evidence and were played to the jury at the trial. Despite having confessed previously during the interrogation and despite overwhelming evidence against him, Tote pleaded not guilty. He insisted that his second story was true and that Megan was the killer. He even went on to say that his initial confession about the entire suicide pact and apocalypse story was a lie in order to protect his wife. I was covering for my wife, Anthony told the court. At the trial, he spoke about his wife's struggle with Lyme disease and her depression after a miscarriage. According to the defense, this case still wasn't proved beyond a reasonable doubt. Moreover, they said that Tote had confessed previously while he was drugged, so he wasn't in his senses. He was also suffering from trauma at the time. This obviously didn't make for a strong argument against all the
There's no excuse for what his dad did.
The defense also argued that the toxology reports and the autopsy reports did not really point to the killer. Apparently, the bodies were decomposed far too much to learn much detail about the deaths. During the trial, Tote could often be seen dramatically crying on the stand.
Look at this
According
man.
to the prosecution, Anthony sought control over the lives and deaths of his family. They pointed out that Tote's initial tape confession, where he tells horrific details about going into each of his children's rooms and killing them, was consistent with the evidence at the crime.
That's enough to lock his
The
ass up.
prosecution
Thank you.
also raised many
Please lock
valid
this nigga up.
logical questions surrounding the case. If what Anthony was saying about his wife Megan murdering the children was true, why hadn't Anthony called the police when he discovered?
Exactly. Like why he ain't tell him what the that the wife did it? Why he going through all this then? What the fuck?
What his
Oh shit.
what he had done. How had he not been able to overpower his wife when she allegedly began stabbing herself and drinking Benadryl, considering Anthony is a large enough man? The defense, on the other hand, continues to argue that the bodies were too decomposed to determine the exact details of their deaths. So, there's still reasonable doubt surrounding the case and the evidence. According to them, there's not enough proof to say that Anthony Tote is the culprit. There aren't any witnesses either, so they didn't find any solid reason to base the case on the possibility that Anthony had killed his family. However, the prosecution said that Tote had deliberately let his family rot for about 3 weeks to add more doubt to the case.
My fucking
Anthony
feet hurt.
Tote pleaded not guilty to the
Shit.
charges and chose to testify in his own defense during the trial. He was also the only witness in his defense. He continued to maintain that his wife was responsible for the deaths of their children.
Damn. So now he want to blame the wife now.
When Megan started to get sick with Lyme disease and depression after she suffered miscarriages, he says she began practicing a Hinduism-based religion with an afterlife component. According to this new story he was telling the court, Anthony got home sometime between December 14th and December 18th of 2019, which is when he said Megan told him she had killed their kids. He describes finding all 3 children dead and seeing Megan stab herself on the bed. He says he yelled for help out the window but didn't leave to find him. Instead, he began looking for cell phones he says Megan put away.
A performance that truly mattered.
If I left her, I thought she was going to die. I thought, in my decision making, the best chance was for her to tell me where the phones were, Tote said. He said that Megan told him she wanted to be with their kids before she died. He said that led him to several suicide attempts. I couldn't help my wife pass. I felt like a failure. I wasn't there the night my kids died. I felt like a failure. I decided I wanted to be with my family, that I wanted to die, that I deserved to die.
Damn.
Tote said. She had blood on her shirt, and after I said a few uncolored words to her, I went and discovered the kids. I went into the rooms and found them dead. He insinuated there was something in the desserts that she made for the kids, which he couldn't eat. He wanted the court to think that's the reason why he was not dead, while the kids had died. When I found out what happened, I puked. I cried. Before Todt took the stand, the defense asked for an acquittal and claimed that a conviction would not be sustainable without reasonable doubt. The state argued that there was ample evidence, which the judge agreed with. Anthony Todt had no way out of the hell he had created for himself. In April 2022, after 6 hours of deliberation, Todt was found guilty of 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of
Motherfucker.
animal cruelty for killing their pet dog.
Wow.
Verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged.
Look how quickly he break down crying, bro. Look at his oh, that voice crack. Y'all ain't hear that shit.
Todt was in disbelief at the verdict and shook his head. I loved my wife. I loved my kids, he said. They were first and foremost in my life. I did not do this. Instead of expressing any kind of remorse, Anthony Todt said that he had put his wife on a pedestal due to her health problems, and had even put on weight because he was so busy putting her first and had no time to look after himself. The judge handed down 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole and added another year for animal cruelty. Anthony's father wasn't pleased with the verdict, nor the way the case was handled. He didn't like the fact that Anthony's confession was taken so seriously, because the confession happened at a time when Anthony Todt was himself shaken. According to Robert, anything Anthony said during that time shouldn't have been considered as the truth. Well, whatever argument the father has, we do know that the man lived with the corpses of his family in his home for weeks before the police came knocking. It only makes one thing.
That's sick.
How can someone who claims to be innocent live in this scene?
How could you fucking, bro? How could you live there for weeks, bro? Like y'all hearing this shit too, bro? Like, how could you stay in there for weeks with dead bodies, bro? Like on some sick shit.
Consideration, the defense's arguments or not, it will never change the fact that Anthony Todt took away his family members' lives. There was no
Bro, and they never coming back now. You can't take that shit back now. They gone. Like rest in peace to them, but they gone. They're not coming back.
truth in his apocalypse story, and there was no suicide pact. The reality was that Anthony
He's
Todt
just
put
sick in the head.
in his family's life. He destroyed them and took away their innocent lives before time. Thanks for tuning in to Twisted Minds. That was the
Oh, that's it. Okay. Shit, bro. This would piss me off anyway, bro. I was about to end this motherfucker anyways, bro. I don't know how anybody could do that for real. Man, bro. Okay, on some real shit though. If y'all going through trauma and shit, bro, don't take it out on your family, and don't take it out on your kids if you got kids, bro. Well, somebody knock at the door. Alright, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.